Hey guys, it's Tara. I'm over here. I kind of have this laptop like rigged up so that you guys can see the project that I'm going to share with you and explain. So I'll be over here in the background, and I just want to share with you a summer project. This is the last project that I did for the summer. I guess maybe a couple months ago when we were at like garage sales and stuff like that, I found this ship's wheel, and I actually think it's a tray platter, you know, like where you serve food. You would put like different kind of food in there, or, you know, use it as any kind of decoration. But when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this would be awesome to do like a underwater seascape kind of wall hanging, or, you know, really anything. So it took me a while to finish, but I did finish it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And I know the lighting isn't all that great, either in the beginning of the video or the end, or both. I will put some close-up shots and still shots, but I wanted to just explain to you kind of what I did, show you a little bit of the products that I used. If you guys have any questions, you know, just let me know. So basically, the first thing, and sorry, I'll be moving around back here because I'm just going to show you kind of what I used. So I used the Prima Seashore paper collection, and as you can tell, I really didn't use that much of the actual paper, but I cut a few different designs and put them here in the background. So I know it's kind of covered up, but I did want to have something there. So I used the paper in all the little slots, and then as you can see, and I hope you guys can see it okay, in each little slot there's a little saying, and I cut the sayings out of the 3x4, the ATC pad for the Prima Seashore, like this one, let the sea set you free, and just, you know, little sayings. So in each one of the little slots, you know, there's a little saying. So that was the first thing I did. The second thing I did was cut out the sayings, and I distressed all the edges with vintage photo and walnut stain, and then I basically started embellishing. Now, in all of the slots, compartments, I keep saying slots, whatever you want to call it, except for these two right here, I backed it with fishnet. And now this, I just basically searched fish netting on eBay, and this is, you know, I don't have the packaging anymore. I think I threw it away, but it's just like for decoration, and it's really big, and it was like $5, but I used a lot of it in the back here, in the backgrounds. So that's the next thing I did. And then now I used a lot of wood embellishments. Let me see if you can, I'll bring it a little closer to see if you guys can see. Okay, I used a lot of wood embellishments, like the mermaid and the anchors and the little fish. Those are all wood embellishments, and the seahorses. There's another anchor, little crabs right here, if you guys can see it. So I used a lot of wood cutouts, and those, some are from Saw Crafters and some are from Etsy. And here's like the little mermaid, they come unfinished like that. And I basically just heat emboss them. There's a little seahorse and some crabs and fish, and I don't think I used any, but I had little starfish too. But I basically just heat emboss those with different distress embossing powders. So I used like a blue and a gold, and then for the mermaid, and then here I used This is chipboard letters from Saw Crafters. I used like a sparkly gray embossing on that in the mermaid because I wanted it to stand out. And then there's also, you know, some little charms, seahorse charms. And then over here, I wanted it to kind of look like coral, you know, like this is my kind of vision if, say, a ship wrecked, the wheel fell off, and was stuck under the ocean for many, many years. And just all the beautiful sea life had, you know, created its own habitat within inside of the ship's wheel. So basically, that's kind of what I did. I used, you know, seashells that I have actually just collected from, you know, previous vacations and stuff like that. And I just have like a little Tupperware, you know, full of little seashells that that I used. And I also used some real starfish. Like this right here is a real dry starfish. And I used a lot of these little mini ones, like right here, you know, they're just scattered about right there. You guys can see. And now these I just Googled, not Googled, I searched on eBay, and I got, there's quite a few of these. There's like a whole bag, and then I got this big one for probably about $5. So it wasn't that bad. So I used that, and now these right here, these little pebble rocks, and these little little pebbles, and I wanted it to look like air bubbles and just, you know, gravel, you know, sand, you know, stuff like that. Those are actually a combination of some of these that, you know, they're just like the little accent, vase accents that you can buy at Michael's. I used some of these, and then I don't really have that much left of these, and then some of these, and it really doesn't matter what color they are, because in the end they're going to get covered up with gesso and sprays and whatever colors, you know, you're going to use. So so basically I adhered everything down, you know, using either Fabri-Tac because it works really well, Mod Podge I did, or a gel medium. And a lot of the words and some of the embellishments I popped up on pop dots, you know, or foam to give it some dimension. And I just kind of layered and just kind of went with it. I didn't have a clear vision of what I wanted, but I knew that just like any other project, if I just keep adding and going, you know, a little at a time, it all, you know, comes together in the end. You know, in the beginning, it's kind of hard to see the finished product because, you know, not all the time are you using, you know, products or flowers or, you know, wood embellishments that are all the same color that perfectly go, you know, so you have to gesso them and you have to spray them with different colors, and, you know, in the end, it all comes alive, which for me, this did. So, and then right here, I used one of the little glass vials, and I put some rocks in it, and, you know, went over. Once I had everything down, I went over everything with gesso. And when I do that, I use these little paint dabbers instead of paintbrushes, because when you use a paintbrush, it goes on really, really thick. This kind of gives it that, I want to just say shabby, you know, not really shabby, but just a little bit of, you know, a touch of white and a touch of texture. And this gives it, you know, really nice look. So I did that, and then I go over everything with Snow Text, and maybe not everything, but the things that you want to pop. You know, and I did add some on the outside, like I said, to look like barnacles or coral, you know, something like that. But you see, I put some here on the shells, you know, and some on the flowers, some here, some on the, you know, just in random spots. So it kind of pops out. And then lastly, you know, what I do is I do my flowers. Normally, before I put my flowers on, I will go over them and dab them with gesso. But for this project, I actually glued them on first before I did anything, because I wanted it to all come together and do all the spraying at once it was on, you know, the surface. So all the flowers that you see, and I don't have many left because I used them all. This is like about the ones I have left. But these are from Archana's store, Crafty City, and they are wild orchid craft flowers, and you know, and they work great. I love them, those flowers. So basically I just you know, glued them down, and then I got a dabber, went over them slightly with gesso, and then I used a combination of sprays. So I used 3 Recollections ones. I used the green, the blue, and the pink. And, you know, these were on sale, you know, a while ago. So, and they actually work really good. So, I used that. I used Lindy's Stamp Gang Kiss and Coral and Pearl Scents. This is just like a shimmer. And then I used 2 Heidi Swaps. One's a color shine, that's peach, and then this one is navy. So those are all the colors that I used. And as you can see, after, you know, I went over the flowers with them, and what I do is I just like open the bottle and we'll go like this over, you know, the flower with the color, and then I'll get the paintbrush and kind of just swirl it around so that it's not perfectly even. So I did that, and then I went over each different color with stickles. Like with the pink flowers, I use pink stickles. The blue flowers, I use blue stickles. You know, that kind of thing. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'm missing anything. But you know, and then I get the spray and I flick it all around. That's why you see. Here, I'll try to get a little closer up. I'm sorry that it's kind of hard to see. But as you can see, there's little paint specks, and, you know, it just gives it a little touch. And I did use some metal embellishments, like right here, the little anchor, and then in all these little corals, there's a little charm. Like that's a, you know, a starfish, and then there's a seahorse right here. So I just used a combination of a lot of different things. So I just wanted to share that with you. Sorry it was kind of long-winded, but I had a lot of people ask if I had, you know, a tutorial on it, which I'm still learning how to use the editing settings on YouTube and, you know, editing videos. So I think later tonight I'm going to make a tag, and I'm going to kind of do a trial run of doing a time-lapse video so you guys can see actually, you know, how I create it. So I just wanted to share this with you, and stay tuned for, you know, close-up pictures. I do have quite a few of those. So if you have any questions, let me know. Sorry it's kind of long-winded, but I just wanted to make sure I covered everything. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.